Sup fellas, it's Metaferno here, and today's video is going to be one I've been planning on doing for a while, but I just have not gotten around to it. I've been quite busy and feeling a little under the weather, but I wanted to get this one out eventually, so we're going to start now. So the idea in this video is I'm going to be making custom cards based off my characters, or Red in the gang here, and I'm going to be showing them off to you. So in this video I'm just planning on doing the 5 sibling characters, or red, blue, green, orange, and pink. And then I'll be doing yellow or gray, with maybe some more characters in another video later. So we're going to do 5 a video for these custom cards for my characters. So there's not much more to discuss, other than the way that I've set it up is I wanted each of them to represent one of the vehicle/character types, and then I'll go from there kind of thing. So I'll start with speed and go down, and of course, since speed is my favorite, I'm going to make Red the speed character. So we'll start with Red, and then I'll go down to acceleration and so on. Starting with Red, we have this car right here, which has been my favorite and most used custom car I have. It's kind of biased because for Red's car I decided to use most of my favorite parts in each category of speed. So we have the Stealth Chaser front end, the Wild GT back end, and the Wild GT tires, which are my favorite. And I think they all combine to make a really cool muscle car looking, vibe going on. And I think it fits Red a lot. Looks fast and, has flames on it. And the colors are just Red's colors, just kind of mixed around on it, a little random. But I kind of like how it turned out. The red, blue, and white is kind of Red's aesthetic, and I think it turned out great on this car. Then on the decals, as you can see, it's mostly fire. And in these, if you ever want to recreate these cars, I'm going to be showing where the decals go and the color sheet and everything. But yeah, the decals, I like how they turned out. It's mostly just a lot of flames though, but it fits Red's aesthetic very well in my opinion. And then the horn is the Persona horn, because Red has blue flames by default, right now. At least as I have them, and I think it fits really well for this vehicle. So yeah, overall this is my most used custom vehicle I have here, because I love the speed vehicles, and I mainly just made it as a vehicle I think looked really sick for Red, and I think it turned out pretty good. And during each of these sections I'll be showing off some footage from in-game to show off the car in use and stuff and all that. I don't believe I'll talk over those. I'll just let it play for a little bit so you can kind of get a look at the car, just as like a little montage for each car. So we'll start Red's now. And that was Red's car, and I forgot to mention what I will mention in some of the others. The name it gives the car when you combine parts is always kind of funny, because this is the Stealth GT, which is kind of a funny name. I mean, it doesn't fit Red all that much, but I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, that is Red's like super fast, super cool looking muscle car, like very much the aesthetic I would choose for Red in this kind of game. Now moving on to Orange. And with Orange here, I did something a little different. Because Orange has sound-based powers, I don't know, the acceleration class has so many cool car options that can kind of look more techno and different than others. I don't know, I think acceleration has some of the best parts. But for Orange, I went with the Cyber Spear front, the Hyper Scorpion back, and then the Racing Buggy tires, making it the Cyber Scorpion, which is a pretty funny name, but overall, I like how this car turned out a lot, because with like the big back like boosters thing, it kind of just fits the whole like boom boxes or something. I know that might be a little silly, but that was kind of what I was thinking with it. Then like the slick front end I think works really well for Orange. And just like Red in the paint scheme, it's mostly based off of Orange's color scheme. If you couldn't already tell by just, I guess, looking at it. You probably don't need to point it out, but that's kind of what all these cars have. But overall, I like how these colors work together, and it gives it a very unique look in my opinion. Then here is the decal sheets here. And I was mostly going for it to look kind of like sound waves or like waves of some kind on the front here. And I like how it turned out. It gives it a real pop in the front with the like teal. In the back I added a couple stripes on top and a little less, but I still think overall it's one of the ones like you can get really unique with the decals on some of these cars. But yeah, so far that is Orange's decals. And then on the horn, I actually thought that the equalizer wave or whatever from the Miku event fits Orange very well because Orange has sound-based powers, you know. So having it be like that, I think fits perfectly. But yeah, Orange, I also just like overall, it was more of looks for Orange for being in the acceleration, but I could kind of see it. For some reason, that feels more like in the sound or like more quirky power set, if that makes any sense. I just think it fits a lot, and it was mostly off the look of the car. I feel like fits Orange quite a bit. But that is Orange's car. And then for handling, I chose pink because my sister, Shy Panda May's favorite driving class in this game is the handling type. So I thought it would fit for pink to have that. So with pink, as you can see, it's a little more, I guess you would say, crazy of a design compared to reds and oranges, more basic. I don't know how to put it. It's a little more eccentric, I guess. So starting, I used the lip spider front end because pink has the aesthetic of hearts associated with her and stuff. And the grill is a heart, and overall, I think it actually works very well. Then we have the little lady back for the car, which I actually used because, you know, Cream is her favorite character. So I decided to use a part of Cream's car, and I think it fits really well with the kind of chubbier, cuter aesthetic I was going for Pink's car. Now the wheels is Neo Lightron wheels, and that's because Sylva's her favorite guide character and the other favorite character that is in the handling class. And overall, I think it gives the car kind of a cute and fun vibe going on, which is what I was mainly aiming for with Pink compared to the others. So then, of course, just like everybody else I mentioned, but Pink especially has her colors based on the car, but very pink, a lot of pastel yellow, and overall, it actually turned out better than I thought because it is a lot out of bright colors, but they all kind of just work together really well. Now, on the decals, as you can see, is mostly just a lot of hearts. It's not too complicated. I just was kind of going off of her outfit that I chose for her, and the hearts are a big part of that. So it's just a ton of hearts everywhere for Pink's vehicle, which I also think fits her character very well to stylize her car like this. And then, of course, on the horns, I actually had to go for the Wisps because my sister is a big fan of Wisps. Sonic Colors is her favorite game, and I just think it's fun for the pink car, you know? But yeah, Pink's car is a little easier to explain than Orange's. It's kind of on the nose. It's pink, but a car in a way. It has the hearts and the colors and all that. And overall, I think it turned out very cutesy, which I was aiming for, but that is Pink's car. Oh, and Pink's vehicle is called the Lip Lady, which is slightly odd of a combination. Maybe I'll make my own names for these vehicles eventually, but we'll see. So then for the power class, of course, I had to go with Blue. He's the biggest and strongest of the siblings, so I thought he fit Power perfectly. And also, Power had the Fang Loader front end, which looks like a tractor, and my older brother quite likes tractors, so I think it fit quite well for Blue. Then on the back, because he also likes trucks, I think the Trail Runner works really well. Makes a really fun look together. And then the Fang Loader, I used the tires on it because it has like that tractor, really big grippy looking tires. And for like ice and everything being his theme, I think it kind of looked like snow tires. So that's kind of why I went for it. But yeah, it's mainly just big. It's big and powerful looking, and that's kind of what I wanted to go for Blue. And it being also like it could be a snowplow as a front loader, I think works really well for his ice aesthetic, if you ask me anyways. Then, like everybody else, the colors I based off Blue, and they're right here. I think the combination looks really nice on this kind of big truck thing, truck tractor. And then on the stickers, I was going for like his ice powers being like ice shrapnel, or like scrapes kind of thing, was kind of the idea I was going for. And I think it turned out okay. I could maybe do better, but I kind of like the way it is right now. So that's what I got. I did add a little extra pop of blue on the back bumper too with the stickers, or some stickers, you know? But it's mostly focusing on those like icy looking scrapes. I think work really well for this big truck tractor. And then for the horn on Blue's vehicle, I went for the train horn because it kind of reminds me of a tractor, kind of like the steam and sparks I think work out. And I didn't specifically see any ice one I thought would fit Blue very well. But yeah, Blue's is quite simple. It's just a big truck tractor thing, and I think it fits Blue perfectly. Like Blue as a character is the biggest, strongest, and he's a pretty simple, easygoing guy. So I think it's fun putting him in a giant beast of a truck slash tractor thing. But yeah, that is Blue's vehicle. And also Blue's vehicle is called the Fang Runner, which is pretty cool. Then last but certainly not least, we have Green, who I thought would be perfect for the hoverboard character of the group. Mainly because my brother, one of his favorite characters is Jet. He'd always use the hoverboard if he plays this game. And it kind of fits his more like skater, like cool dude vibe. I don't know, I just think it works out very well. It does make it the simplest vehicle because the boards have the least amount of options. But I still think it turned out quite well. So of course I used the Type J Loda, or Jet's board, as the front. Then I used the Blue Star Mark II as the back because the fins fit him very well, making it the Type J Star, which J Star is a pretty funny one in my opinion. You know, kind of fits with like a JoJo's kind of thing, which is really funny. But then yeah, it's just a simple kind of hoverboard, and the colors, there's not as many options on boards, but it's black and green, just like Green is, and all the energy is red, just like how he is by default. And then as you can see on the decals, it's just a whole lot of lightning bolts, because that is Green's power, is lightning or electricity. I did a lot of black ones on the front because I think sometimes the red can pop a little too much. I wasn't very sure. I might change it eventually, but I kind of like how the black ones looked overall. Because you can see on the back it's more lightning bolts, but I did add in 2 red ones near all the lights on the back of the board because I felt like it fit better back there. But yeah, the decals aren't the most complicated because it is a hoverboard. It's mostly about color and all that, but I think it fits him quite well. It would definitely fit his aesthetic overall, I should. And then on the horn, since he has electric, like powers and all that, I gave him the guitar horn because of the little lightning bolts and stuff, and I feel like he would kind of have that punk rock kind of vibe kind of thing at certain times. Or at least electric guitars or guitars. I think it just fits him very well. But yeah, that is the Greens hoverboard, which I think simple, but it turned out nice. So, yeah, that is the 5 custom colors I made for my characters, which I do have yellow and gray and a couple more characters coming along the way that I'll probably do episodes of these custom character vehicles in sets of 5 because of that, 1 for each category. But then also I am planning on doing some based off actual characters, but mainly Sonic characters. I got 2 ideas lined up for ones based off actual Sonic characters, and I'll have to see if I want to do it in the sets of 5 like I did with this one and make it an episodic series, or if I want to just do a whole bunch at once, because I got a ton of them lined up, and I think on some of them I cooked, I think they turned out well. Others could maybe be improved, but I will be doing more of these custom cards for characters and my characters, hopefully sooner than later. But yeah, that is the Red and the Gang's custom cards for Sonic Racing CrossWords. Why don't you leave down in the comments, what one of these vehicles you think is the best or fits one of them the best. So if you want to vote on that down in the comments or leave suggestions on who you want me to make a cart for in this game, because I find the kart making very fun. Definitely will mention that I hope they update the creative thing in some ways. I should probably make a video on that alone, but there's definitely some features I would like. If you notice, sometimes it's hard to make stuff on opposite sides of the car look right, so I'd really like if you could do the mirror on both sides at the same time, and little things like being able to overlap decals would be awesome. But like I said, I might make a full video on that topic eventually. But overall, I am happy there is customization in this game, because I'm a guy that likes customization quite a bit, and it lets me make carts for my characters, which I think is really cool. But yeah, leave a comment down below what one's your favorite, or a suggestion for a character you'd want to see for the building cart series. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys later, and God bless.
Here we go, it's the end of the show. Here